All right, I was planning to make this video after I made it all the way through the new ballet show on Amazon Prime called Étoile. I didn't make it all the way through, and I don't know if I'm going to. So if you loved it, then you've already watched it, this video is probably not for you. Now, I want to give them props for using professional dancers from all over the world who are phenomenal in their series. That is amazing. I love that they used the talent that they could. But it was the whole show itself was the problem. Like, it just felt like it was all over the place. There wasn't like, I don't know, it just seemed kind of like hard to follow sometimes. It also seemed like they made the whole show about the two directors. It really felt like we were more interested in them than we were in any of the dancers. I would have rather seen behind the scenes life of the dancers in the show, not the two directors. I don't care. My biggest issue with the show was the mature content. That's always going to be my thing. I don't like that. I like good, clean shows. I feel very uncomfortable watching stuff with strong language, which this had a lot of really strong language, which is part of the reason I turned it off. It had a little bit of nudity that I saw up to the point that I watched, which was like episode 5, I think. And then just a lot of sexual innuendos, things that you don't need to make a good show. And I think that's the problem anymore with shows and movies, is they think that if it has mature content, it'll be a winner. And I'm like, that should not be how you have to make a good, entertaining show. And the fact is, these creators created Gilmore Girls, a show that is still watched by so many people over and over because of how good it is, and they never used any of that content in it. So they can do it. And that's probably my biggest issue with the show of anything, is that, like, I don't like watching stuff like that. I want stuff like Center Stage, which, yeah, had a few things here and there, but for the most part, Center Stage was a fairly clean movie. It was great. Dance Academy, I know that's more of a tween show, but Dance Academy did a great job without adding all that. Breaking Point was more of a reality show, but that's the other one I like to watch. Like, it's hard to find good ballet movies and shows anymore. The High Strung ones are good too, both of those. It's just hard to find any that don't seem to be dark and disturbing and gritty and bloody and have nudity and language. Like, I don't want any of that. Ballet doesn't have to have that, because ballet is such a beautiful thing to enjoy that we should celebrate the beauty of it, not just the like darker side of it that everybody wants to show. Like, this wasn't like anything like Black Swan or anything, but still, like, there were a lot of ballet shows I've never been able to watch, like Flesh and Bone or Tiny Pretty Things. Like, absolutely will not watch those. And same with Black Swan. We want the happy stuff. And the part of that too is, like, if you're using all this insane talent, wouldn't you want younger up and coming dancers, like people who will be inspired to do ballet from this? Wouldn't you want them to be the ones to want to watch this show? Because they can't. I would never suggest showing this show at all. Honestly, it says 16 and up. I say at least 18 and up for me personally. I think that's inappropriate for 16 and 17-year-olds. Like, when you're an adult, fine, you can make those decisions, but under that age, I think those are appropriate. And even then, like, I'm 36 years old, and I have a problem with it. So I think we should focus on finding, like, using these shows with all the talent and everything, but finding a way to do it so that more audiences can enjoy it and really relate to it. That was my biggest issue. I think some parts of it had some good, I had some notes here. I think some parts of it had good storylines. There were a couple characters, but again, they focused so much on the directors that I was like, I don't care. And it was so much, I saw a review that said it focused only on the characters who just seem to want to hear themselves talk all day long, and that's how I felt. It felt like that's all we had, and I tuned out so many times because I was like, oh my gosh, here they go again. Between that and all the language, I was like, I'm not interested in this. I loved seeing a lot of the dancers that I recognized. That was probably the only cool thing I can say about the show, is all the dancing, which, that was the other thing, there wasn't a lot of dancing. Like, there was, but not as much as there should be on a show based completely around ballet dancers. There should have been a lot more dancing. But again, they focused so much on the stupid directors that you got, like, none of the dancing that you should have gotten. I know there was some in there, but they could have done so much more. So, and again, I only made it to like part of episode 5, so maybe there was more in the rest, but I doubt it. But I did like seeing a lot of the dancers that I've always liked, like Tyler Peck's in it, Joey Womack. There's a dancer from, I think, Scottish Ballet. I can't think of her name right now. There's quite a few others, and then there's 2 that were from Cincinnati Ballet, as Arcadian Broad and his wife Taylor. They both used to dance at Cincinnati Ballet, so that was cool. there's other dancers too that I know I'm forgetting, but it was really cool to see all of them. Oh yeah, Robbie Fairchild was in it too, which that's an interesting one since he and Tyler Peck used to be married. But I thought the show did a great job of using the talent and using amazing ballet dancer talent. I just think they could have delivered the show much better, because now I doubt it's going to get another season because it wasn't good. And just imagine if we had gotten a really good ballet show that could keep going and become a show similar to something like Gilmore Girls that people watch for years. Like, they have the talent to do that because of the scripts they can write. It just, something was really off with this one. So those are my thoughts. I know there's probably people who liked it, but I haven't heard a lot of people really like it, so I don't know. But for me, honestly, it was mostly the mature content. That was hard for me to even watch because I just don't want to hear F-bombs every 5 seconds on a show. It's so unnecessary. I think it's unnecessary in real life in general, but anyway, that was my thought. But yeah, let me know if you've watched it, what you think.